What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Ticker Fee video and welcome to the Ticker Fee family. So the symbol we're going to be talking about today is HCMC, or Healthier Choice Management Corp. And so what we're going to be talking about specifically is the short interest or the short volume and how Lenovo pays Nokia a settlement patent. So I want to touch base with that, how that correlates with healthier choice management. And then we'll finish this video off with a chart analysis and a price prediction. And for those that have been supporting me, I cannot, again, as always, every video, thank you so much. And if you're here new to this channel, welcome. I like to talk about stocks, the products, the services, anything and everything with the news, with what's going on with them to keep you updated. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, or you're here for the first time, or you're just learning about healthier choice management, there's a few things that I want to touch base on. First, just so you know, there are many stocks that I've talked about, but what I want to show you specifically is if you actually scroll down to about 2 weeks ago on my channel, you'll see what the latest information is. So that's going to be with what's going on with the lawsuit. And then if you actually scroll down a little bit further, you'll see that I actually broke down this company and what they're all about. So if you don't know what HCMC is or what their company does, they've got tons of patents. They own grocery stores. They have nutrition location stores, right? And then they also even have vape stores. So they're in many different sectors. And so that way it'll help you with what is going on with what I'm talking about today. So the first thing I like to do now is check out the chart first before I start breaking into what's going on. So if you looked on the charts today, you've got the Dow, which was at 33,677.27 or negative 0.20. You've got the S&P 500, which was at 4,141 or up 0.33. And then you've got the NASDAQ that was at 13,996.10 or up 1%. So when I'm looking at the trend line, you can see this was what it was when it first started off before things started moving. And then I expand it so I can start looking at the volume. I need to see what the support and resistance is. So if you're looking at the trend line when it first started, before things started moving, it was 0.0002. So with that being said, we had a high so far of 0.0065. Now, as you can see with the bodies, you see the wicks, which again, when you're looking at the wick on the body, that means that buys and trades kept dropping down. There was a lot of volume moving, and so, but it didn't close. That's just where it had went, but it had still closed at 0.0059, right? And this was on that high. Now, with that being said, looking at the trend line now, you're looking at 0.0012. So it's about leveled out. We just finished that correction of March. Thank goodness that is over. I feel like everybody completely understands of all what went on in March. Not sure many people that scathed too much away, so I'm super glad that that correction is over. There has been a lot, especially for example this week, there are a lot of quarter revenues coming in, so we're learning what the financial results are for the past 2020 for all these companies. So the market's going up, it's going down. Then you've got the infrastructure plan that's been going on, and so if you break that up and see what's going on there, you can see what industries are being favored and which ones aren't. So all that plays a role on with the market going up and going down. So with that being said, let's actually check out some of these short interest and short volume. So I like numbers. Numbers never lie. And so this website helps me out a lot. So if you're looking at the latest market date, as you can see, it's on 3/30/2021, which I'll talk about that in a second. So with the short volume, you've got 1,211,993,000. Then the market volume is 489 million with the short volume ratio of 247%. So when you scroll down, you can see that it goes all the way to 3/30/2021, right? So it's showing the short volume. So unfortunately, that's not great, right? So as you can see, it's missing what? February, all of February, and then there's nothing in April. So when you're looking at the short volume numbers, again, as you can see all the numbers that you want to see other than what's going on in March and in April. Okay, it doesn't show the short interest, but it does show the short volume, which is going to be on this next website that I'm about to pull up. So if you actually go to the OTC short report and you pull up this graph here, you'll be able to see the numbers that you want to see. So that's all the way up to April 12. So that's going to be a much better. So here's the thing. So when you're looking at the numbers, you've got in April, which is 23%. But if you look at April the 7th, you've got 37% for the percentage of volume shorted. Now, if you scroll to March the 25th, you've got 32%. Now, with that being said, again, the smallest amount is going to be on April the 1st, which was 23%. So with that being said, those numbers should help you out, because if you look at March the 10th, they haven't had a short volume as high as April the 7th, which again was at 37%. So the closest we got was March 22nd, which again was 36%. So what happened? There was a steady downtrend staying consistently right where it's at. So having a result from this court case would provide a massive catalyst, which is what I'm going to bring up now. So if you actually check this out on TechWire, you'll see Lenovo pays Nokia to settle a patent dispute that threatened global leaders' PC sales. So you scroll down and then you'll actually see Lenovo and Nokia have settled a year's, which that's what I want to highlight right here, a years long dispute over patents and agreed to a cross-licensing agreement. As part of the settlement, Lenovo made a financial payment to the Finnish tech giant. Now, the size of the payment was not disclosed, which a lot of times it does or does not. You just never know. The global accord struck will enable future collaboration between our companies for the benefit of customers worldwide, said John Mulgrew, the Chief Intellectual Property Officer of Lenovo, in a statement. Now, the president of Nokia Technologies noted the agreement reflected Nokia's decade-long investments in R&D and contributions to cellular and multimedia standards. They say that they appreciate and very much respect the constructive spirit Lenovo brought to their negotiations and look forward to working together to bring further innovation to their users around the world. Now, here's the thing. This can be, again, a massive catalyst and a great opportunity for us, especially if it can go from a year's to shorter than that. This case study can be, again, a good catalyst for in the future. So keep that in mind for those that are either trying to do a longer term hold for this company. It depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to do a short term or whatever the case is? I wanted to point this out because this is similar, and so I feel like this is a good representation of what could happen with HCMC. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about with the earnings calendar. So you'll be able to see throughout the months and specific days. You've got 8 reporting on Monday, 5 plus on today, 13 tomorrow, 30 reporting on Thursday, 8 reporting this Friday. So you're going to see that the market's going to go up and it's going to go down, right? Depending on that body. So I wanted to point this out because during the earnings calendar, a lot of movement is going on. So when I pull up the chart and I'm looking at the bar, as you can see, there's 2,538,000,000. And then if you actually go to the next day, which is going to be today, you've got 2,591,000,000. So clearly there was a lot more trades going on, which actually resulted in a positive body. So it was a green body. So now, even though with the case with the wick dropping a little bit with a few buys and sells, there was more buyers than there were sellers today. So it actually ended up closing higher than what it opened up at, which was great. So as you can see, again, the resistance has stayed. So the support and the resistance is about the same. There's not much as movement. And so if we can get a few more catalysts similar to the case study, it's going to have an upward trend. Now, with that being said, guys, I really do appreciate you listening to this video. It means so much to me. I'll just continue to update you as soon as I find out some more information. But with that being said, guys, thank you again and welcome to the Ticker family.